real windy outside right now, but well, one day or day one. Here we are on day one. I'm playing golf for about a year and a half now, closing in on 2 years in May, and I'm not good. I average a score about 105, handicaps around 30. I break 100 every now and again if I'm shooting really good. Yeah, everything's mediocre, and I want to change that. So, welcome to Road to Scratch Golf. Doesn't really isn't much to it other than I want to get better and I want to play. I want to play at a higher level than when I'm playing it right now. So today we're gonna probably make a series of videos, not just here at the range, but on actual courses, doing maybe our putting practice, chipping practice. We're really gonna be getting after it on this channel. That's the hope. The hope is that I stay consistent enough. This channel, this video, this series is a little added incentive for me to really start getting good at golf. So we got a 60-degree wedge here, just starting off real simple. Wind's kind of blowing too, so not really sweating. These shots don't really go. Excuse me. Not really sweating if these shots really don't go straight like I'm wanting, just because the wind is blowing like it is. But here we go. See, that wasn't anything but a shank. Shank done by me and only me. You really know wind factored into that whatsoever. Well, 50-yard, 60-yard shot, which is kind of what I want to really get good at hitting with this 60-degree. I find that when I play golf, I find that anything within most of my shots within, I want to say 50 to 60 yards is really where everything kind of falls apart. So I'm hoping that over time I can start building some more skill and start building some real good shots, just going in through time and really improving, really working on trying to get better and more consistent. And that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it at all. We don't talk about it. I think that's a good note to end off on so far, especially with consistency. So now we move on to our next club. And I really can't tell how good I'm able to be heard right now, just because of how hard the wind is blowing. But it's a little 4-minute warm up. One of our clubs down in terms of our warm up. I have my 56 as well, but my 56 is underneath my tripod right now, so I think we're going to skip out on hitting that right now. It's fairly similar to my 56 to my 60-degree anyway. So we move on. We got our pitching wedge here. We're just working on ball striking, hitting clean, accurate shots, and getting them where I want to be at. I mean, it really doesn't get... I really, at this point, cannot ask for anything better than that. Further. I mean, we did get it there. We definitely got it there, 100%. That ain't what we want. That ain't what we want at all. So, kind of think I took a swing at that a little too hard. So I think I'm going to soften it up a little bit Still want to go for that distance, but I also want my accuracy there. Still pulled it a little right. And by a little, I mean way more right than you'd expect to hit a real pitching wedge, you know? I went real high and a lot more straight. That's exactly what I was looking for. So I think we'll hit this last one and we'll go head on and move into our 9-iron. Did it get good distance? Yes. Did I really get the accuracy that I wanted? And is it good enough for me to really end on that note? I don't really think so. So go for one more. It was a great executive decision to really not end on the last one. All right. We'll go ahead and rack this one up and we'll move on to the next club. You know, I don't want to speak too soon because you know, you never know, but this wind as it is still going pretty hard, decently hard enough. It's going hard enough I feel like it'll be harder to hear me on the camera. Harder for the mic to really pick up my audio. But it's honestly, from what I got here, it's not as bad. Thankfully. And I'm hoping that as I progress, it kind of starts to be able to get better audio in, and hopefully he'll hear me more clear. So we got our 9-iron here, working on the same thing as before. Distance, I'm not really too worried about. What I am worried about is my accuracy. And if it does fall way short than what I'm normally accustomed to, then obviously distance will be playing in a factor. But until then, we're really going to work on striking this well. Yeah, I mean, I slightly pulled it left, but I think that went a good 130, 140. I did pull it a little left, so wind is also kind of kicking that way as it is as well. And you can really, I mean, you can see it. You can really see it blowing on me. This wind is blowing kind of hard. And the hope is that it doesn't really affect the audio too much. That one pulled much less, but at the same time, it did kind of go short. You know. That is maybe because I did get more lift on it than normal, but I think I might try shallowing out the club a little bit so I can kind of hit down on it a little more. We'll see if that actually makes a difference or not. That didn't sound pretty. It didn't look pretty. There's a lot of things wrong about that shot. But I mean, hey, that's what we're here for. Here for working on it. Here to really get better at what we're doing. It's pulling it left again. I thought I hit that pretty straight, but I guess I didn't. Face might be a little too closed, I think. I mean, it felt good. Fortunately, it didn't look good. Ah, man. Now we're pulling it right. Now we're pulling it a little right. I don't want these videos to get too long because I got a lot of clubs. It's going to take longer to edit, but here we go. Next shot. Completely straight. Completely straight. Even with the wind, it went completely straight. So if that's a perfect shot in my book any day of the week. Went a little high, but same deal. A little bit of a push to the left, but that'll be straight enough to get on any fairway of mine. Underneath the 5-minute mark, really trying to stay underneath 5 minutes. Gives me more less of a headache to edit. We got our 8 iron. We got our 8 iron now. Starting to increase the distances, trying to increase the shots that we're hitting, trying to get a little bit more. Wasn't too bad. Pulled it a little right, but for being the first shot of the 8 iron, I don't think that was bad at all. You know what I felt kind of different about that shot was almost my finish. So the shot prior, I almost kind of felt my finish. I almost felt my finish when I followed through. I almost felt like I turned my foot a little. On that last finish, I kind of felt I kept it more straight and it pulled a lot less. And I don't know if that's, I don't know how deep of a factor it plays, but I have been noticing that I've been pulling my foot. My finish has been going real off to the right pretty frequently. So I'm going to try on this next couple shots to really put a focus on keeping my follow through foot straight on my hit through. A little bit of a push fade, a little bit of a cut to the right. And if I'm middle of the fairway trying to land on a small green, I think that's still going to leave me with a chip. But in terms of where, just depending on what kind of shot I need to hit, really it just matters on where I'm playing at. Yeah, that definitely felt more straight with the follow with my follow through my lead foot, or my trailing foot I should say, keeping it more straight instead of letting it really go off to the side. So I think that's going to be my new focus point on the next couple times of going to the range and onto the course. Good distance, good striking. Kind of find that I'm doing a little bit more push fades and doing a little more cuts to the right than I am with any other club with my 8 iron so far. Everything else kind of goes left, especially when I miss hit. I mean, I can't complain. Everything was pretty solid with that club. I can't really complain about anything in terms of that club there. Moving on to the next one. Now we're moving on, going down the rank, going down the ranks, going down the distances. 8 iron was really solid. I really like the way that I hit that. Hopefully, if I hit the rest of my clubs like that today, I'm not going to have anything to really complain about. So now we got our 7 iron here. Then we'll hit our 6, our 5, hit our maybe our 3 hybrid, and then we'll probably finish out with a driver. When we're done with that, have a little bit of a cool down with some small chipping right in front of us. Trying to stay consistent with that. I'm indifferent. I'm indifferent on that. It went as straight as could be, but something felt a little awkward on that follow through. Yeah, I pulled it a little left. It's gonna be on any course if I'm hitting a 7 iron from that distance. It's gonna be out of play most definitely. Huh. Something was. It almost was like I didn't get any spin on that. It kind of felt like a knuckleball. It just kind of went straight down. I don't know if it was how I hit that ball, but I might have got way on top of it. Yeah, I just hit it way off the toe. I can even see it on the club from here. Hit it way off the toe. Kind of caused it to really get no spin. That was that didn't feel That didn't feel right at all. And it went way short. Went about 110 yards, 120 yards for a 7-iron. It's not really that good. Normally I hit this on the course around 160, kind of around the ballpark of 165, 170. So that's not okay. Yep, here comes the hook problem. I just find that, especially when I really try to get a good connection with my club, with my irons per se, mainly my irons, is I really start to hook a lot. And I normally used to have a slicing problem with all of my clubs, and now it's turned into kind of a hooking problem, unfortunately. Hopefully, I can fix it up with my grip. Not bad. Once again, that was weren't for the wind that's kind of pushing left already. That would have been straight down the middle. And right now, for someone that's not really good enough to really judge whether I should hit a draw, fade, or if I should cut it into the middle or whatever else, anything that goes straight is a win in my book, no matter what. I chunked the hell out of it. I mean, it kind of went straight, but it really only carried around 115 because I really did hit the floor way before I hit the ball there. Might have picked my head up too quick as well. Again, I chunked it again. I feel like I'm now just being a little too patient. My swing is normally pretty quick, and it's not quick to the point where it's out of control. It's not quick to where it's out of control, you know? It's quick to where it gives me a good shot. It feels comfortable, but I feel like I'm swinging a little too easy now. That was great. I think that was the most shallow I've hit in any club so far today. And I'm definitely calling it quits off of this one 100%. Because that was just pretty. You know, that was just gorgeous. I have no complaints after that. Unfortunately, that video did kind of run longer than I wanted it. That little segment took around 6 minutes to really hit the 7-iron. And that was simply because I was talking through most of it. And even now I'm still talking, but at least going through the motions. So we have our 6-iron. Got to try to make this a little bit quicker. Give me less stuff to edit, hopefully. And we're just going to smack away at this. Hopefully get some good yardage, some good straight shots. I mean, it's almost shots like that make you really want to put the club away, you know? That's one of those shots that you hit so good you don't even want to hit again with it. Uh-oh. We sliced just a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of bit. That would not have played in any fairway anywhere. So now we adjust. Didn't even try to keep my form there. I just smacked away at it. You know, if there's anything that I learned from playing ball for basically half of my entire life, is it's about making small adjustments throughout your game. And it's really the same concept with golf. It's just, for me, this is a foreign element. It's a lot harder for me to make adjustments because I don't really know what I'm doing wrong fully yet. But I mean, with time, hopefully that knowledge comes around, and with playing it enough and really analyzing what I hit wrong, hopefully that'll help me with that element of knowledge. Didn't sound good at all. Man, that was probably the cleanest, most connecting shot I've had so far, and it wasn't even straight. That was hit slightly right, but connection-wise, it was great. A little push fade right again. Not even what I was trying to do, but somehow that's what ended up happening. Let's try to straighten it out on this last one. Now we rack this up. Moving on to the next. All right, coming off that 6-iron. That 6-iron, it's kind of a roller coaster of emotions with that one. Had some pretty really solid first shot on that 6-iron. Everything else in the middle was kind of mediocre. That last shot was exactly what I was trying to shoot the entire time, But here we go. We got ourselves a 5-iron. Really, this is supposed to be my round 215 club. With this wind, with it being range balls, we'll see if we really get there. Yeah, we're leaving that in. We are leaving that in most definitely. Surprisingly, distance wasn't there, but it was pretty straight. It was pretty straight down there, straight down that middle. Exactly what I was really looking for. Thankfully, pulled it way right. Kind of left the face a little too open there. Wind's kind of starting to kick up. Hopefully not for long. Once again, I keep forgetting my focus on that foot. Had my trail foot way off to the right, kind of. Really didn't put much focus on it to keep it straight. I mean, it rolled about 150. Stayed in the middle about 150. Was it pretty? Of course not. Is it going to get the job done? Yeah. Lord Jesus. Pulling it way left. Hopefully we hit this last one good. Hopefully we don't fuck it up anymore than we already have. Pulling it left again. Man. Normally this 5-iron stays pretty straight relatively. And right now it ain't there. That one felt good. Kind of looked good, but oh Jesus. That was definitely a factor of the wind. Can't really be upset about that one not going straight. It's not a pretty one. Not the one that we wanted. I'm indifferent on that. Kind of want to end it off there, simply because I have a couple more clubs that I want to hit on camera. All right, so we've hit our standard irons, and now we're moving on to our hybrid. So I got my hybrid my 3 hybrid here. Probably my one club that can go an easy 220, 230 if I really connect well. So this is one that we really got to see get over there. This is one I really got to see get over there. That's not what I mean by get over there. That is not at all what I mean by get over there. Come on, dude. I am not cutting these out. This is the road to scratch. This isn't the road to already scratch. You guys are going to see all the good shots, bad shots, and everything in between. There is nothing that's going to be taken out of this except for my warm-ups, sometimes pre-shot talks and whatever else. Came back a little bit left. Started it out letting a little fade right. Wind kind of took it back a little left. Wasn't bad. faded it a little right. Only went 150, unfortunately. Really, because I just didn't hit straight. Now, had I straightened that out, really would have hit the 200 mark no problem. But I think it definitely fell a little short. That is the one that we end off on. That's what I was looking for this whole time. That was the clean one that I was looking for. Thankfully, it was the clean one that I got. So now I think we move on to something else. Really kind of debating what I hit here now. I have a 3-wood left, a 4 hybrid, and my driver. 4 hybrid's kind of one that's I'm indifferent about, simply because now that I hit my 5-iron pretty well on the course, I haven't found much need for my 4 hybrid. And you know, my 3-wood, I don't normally hit it. And it's not gonna make for very good content hitting this thing currently, but you know, like I said, we gotta start somewhere, man. And I choose to start here. Technically it's not day 1, technically it's day 1 year, 7 months, and 13 days, but this is day 1 of documentation. It's exactly what I expected hitting this club. I don't hit this well at all. Oh, come on, dude. I mean, if this doesn't sum up how bad I hit my 3-wood, then I don't know what does. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that. I'm just not. It's just, at this point, it's simply just in my bag taking up space. Unfortunately, yeah, that ain't gonna do it all. So I think I'm definitely gonna keep that in, and we're gonna move on to our driver. Yeah, you know, had a very unsuccessful session with that 3-wood. Don't commonly hit that club at all. But we got a couple of these we're gonna hit at driver. It's definitely my most inconsistent club. I've been kind of finding different ways to really find my consistency again. And one of them is where I really keep the ball before I hit it. So for starters, I kind of line this up kind of towards the toe, because when I swing through, it actually stays pretty straight. Still went a little right, and by a little, it's off the fairway. Probably gone on any narrow course that I would go to. Unfortunately. So we're gonna try and fix it. Twice in a row, I went way far right. I think I might close myself up a little bit. Might get myself a little bit closer since I'm already aiming way inside. It's a little bit weird. Maybe if I aim for the heel instead. I mean, we hit that dead straight. Handedly hit that dead straight. But it's weird because I can't tell if my problem is I'm aiming it's too far off the toe causing it to go that way, or if I'm just swinging way outside when I aim that way. But when I kind of keep the ball on the heel and I hit it solid, it's because my club moves naturally inwards. I really got to figure it out before this video ends on this driver section. Way far right again, so I don't really know what we got to do here to fix this. this is definitely my most difficult club I have hitting by far. It's pretty damn good. Finally. I think I'm going to end it off there. End it off with last couple of these, maybe hit my 56 or my 60. But we are ending off the day with some chipping. Golf range session. Gonna try to get a video out soon on the course. Gonna try to get this posted before the next time I play. Hopefully that's not gonna be too far away, but day 2 is gonna be on the course, most definitely. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll be seeing you.